In 2021, Mega Construx released their 20th anniversary character pack to celebrate 20 years of Halo. The set retailed for $50, was an Amazon exclusive, and was almost instantly scalped from the face of the planet within a matter of hours. This left many in the Mega Construx community, myself included, wondering if we would ever be able to get our hands on this glorious set. Thankfully, within hours of the set being sold out, the scalpers had it back on the market for the bargain price of $200 for all those that had missed out on the first opportunity to purchase this set. Sadly, for many of us, $200 was just a little bit too steep for this pack, so we decided to wait, hence why I'm only just making this video now, almost 18 months after this set was released. Thankfully, Mega recognised the problem and vowed to do a re-release or a second release of the set to ensure that all fans would have a fair chance to get this set at retail from Amazon. Thankfully, Mega did come through, re-release the set, and as of making this video, it is still currently available on Amazon for pretty much retail and has been for about the past 3 or 4 months. So if you want it, now's the time to get it. And there's an affiliate link in the description which will help you support the channel at the same time. Given how much time has passed since this set was released, I've decided to not do a normal review for the set, as that's been done by many other channels. Plus, in all honesty, I just don't know enough about figure detailing to do a review justice with a set like this. So instead I decided to do something different, as you'll know from the title of the video. I decided to rank them from worst to first in order of what I like. I just look at the figures and think, yeah, I really like that figure. That's my favourite one. That's my least favourite one. So it's just a bit of fun. Obviously, I'm going to be wrong. You guys are all going to have your opinions. Feel free to rank your worst to first in the comments section below, and I'll be very surprised if we see 2 people with exactly the same list. So with that said, let the countdown begin. Taking spot number 20 and the official title of worst figure in the set is the Pedestal Cortana. And it's not just because she went mental and tried to destroy the galaxy, it's because she's not even a micro action figure. She's a tiny little piece of plastic with less detail than Sergeant Johnson's moustache, so she gets place number 20. At number 19 we have 343 Guilty Spark, and whilst it is a perfectly acceptable rendition of Spark that comes with the option of Happy Blue Eye or Evil Red Eye, I believe it is a carbon copy of the existing mould, just in a different colour, and personally I prefer the older bluer colour rather than this vibrant silver colour, so he gets spot number 19. At number 18 we've got Banana Cortana, and again it might look like I'm picking on Cortana, but I'm not, even if she does deserve it after locking Chief and the rest of Blue Team in that Krypton. It's not that, it's just there's something about this figure that doesn't quite work for me, and I think it's the face. The yellow on the face is just not quite right, and I think it lets the whole figure down. The yellow and gold of the bodysuit I actually quite like, but the face yellow is so different, it's such a stark contrast, it really does let the whole figure down. At number 17 we have Spartan Locke in gold, and the only reason he's here is because this feels like just a really uneventful figure. I'm not a massive fan of Locke's armour style, that doesn't really help, and also the gold that they chose to use with this set I think was a bit of a miss. This whole set, all of the gold figures could have been so much more if they'd chosen a different type gold. Mega have got many different types of gold. Some of them are hit, some of them are miss. And unfortunately with this set, these gold figures feel like a bit of a miss to me, which is a real shame. At number 16 we have the Arbiter, and again this gold just doesn't work for me for the Arbiter figure either. We've had a number of Arbiter figures over the years, many of which have been very good, but for me this has to be my least favourite rendition of the Arbiter figure. So for him, he's number 16. At 15 we have Ajax, and whilst I think that Ajax does wear this gold colour better than Spartan Locke and the Arbiter, is still not quite right. So he's ranked slightly higher than them, but he's still pretty low down in my overall ranking of this complete set. So Ajax comes in at number 15. At number 14 we have the wild card of the set, Mr. Chief. I can totally appreciate people having very strong divided opinion of this character. I personally absolutely love it, and I'm really pleased they put it in the set. I think it's really fun, and I'm really looking forward to having him make an appearance in a few ultimate diorama builds in the future. Just, you know, sneak him in every now and then just to see if you guys spot him lurking in the background or maybe just causing some trouble. Number 13, unlucky for some, but not this man. He's the luckiest guy in the galaxy, and maybe that's how he managed to sneak his way all the way up to number 13. But in all seriousness, of all of the gold figures, it's the chief figure that offends me the least. Aside from the questionable choice of matte yellow paint for his visor, I think he doesn't actually look too bad, so more than happy to give him the number 13 spot. At number 12, we've got Captain Veronica Dare. Great figure, no complaints whatsoever. I don't currently have a Dare, so really pleased to add her to the collection. And why is she at number 12? I just like the rest of the figures more. They can't all be number 1, can they? At number 11, we have Miranda Keyes and some awesome paint detailing. Absolutely incredible figure. And it makes a really nice change to get some figures that aren't either UNSC Marines, Spartans or ODST. It would be really nice to get some more bridge crew style figures like engineers for the cryo bay and things like that, more officers and so on. Just something different to add more variety to the collection. Number 10, we start with Spartan Carter A259, and this is where it gets really tricky. I've honestly had so much trouble trying to decide on my top 10. All of the remaining figures are just absolutely first class, and I've gone round in circles trying to decide my top 10, but I said I'd do it, so here we go. Spartan Carter is number 10. In at 9, Spartan Emil A239, and whilst I do love the Emil figure, he looks fantastic, I do have a couple of Emil figures already in my collection, so I think I'm used to seeing him, whereas a lot of the other figures in this top 10, this is the first time I've ever had one, so they're quite a big deal for me, and I think because of that, I've just ended up putting them a little higher up on the list. Number 8, we have the Prophet of Regret. And again, whilst I do absolutely love this figure as it's my first ever Prophet figure, so it's quite a big deal, there's only so much they can do with a Prophet figure, so I felt I couldn't really put him any higher up because there's just other figures with more detail than a Prophet, which in all fairness tend to all look the same, they just wear different colour dresses. At number 7, we've got the man, Master Chief. Sacrilege, I know, only at number 7, but I've got so many Master Chiefs from so many different sets, and whilst this is a fantastic example, I really do like this version of the Chief. It is just another Chief, isn't it? So, yeah, I decided to leave him lower down in the ranking because there were other figures that I'm more excited and more pleased to have. So, sorry Chief, number 7 it is, but 7's kind of your number anyway, so you should be okay there. Number 6, I decided to go with Sese Refume, or Refume? You know, the guy with the pacifier in his mouth that kicks the crap out of you in Halo 2 on Heroic. I don't currently have one of these figures, so I'm super stoked to get it, and do feel slightly guilty bringing him in, that's number 6. But it's all tough choices from here on out. Number 5, we've got the legend himself, Sergeant Johnson. It's my first time getting a Sergeant Johnson figure and he is not disappointed. So happy to get him in my collection. I've wanted a Sergeant Johnson for the longest of time and think he's one of everybody's favourite characters in the Halo universe. And I only hope that one day 343 find a way to make a prequel game that brings Sergeant Johnson back into our lives. Number 4, we've got Spartan Jerome 092. I am a massive Halo Wars 2 Red Team fan. I really do hope we get to see them in a future first-person shooter game, like a DLC for Halo Infinite or something. Would absolutely love that. I don't currently have any Red Team figures in my collections, so for them to include Jerome in this pack was an absolute winner for me, which is why he's so high up in my ranking. Number 3, Spartan Linda. And this is a real surprise for me. Until I got the set, Linda had gone pretty much unnoticed on my radar, and I think it's because of the colour. But weirdly, once it's out the box, it's under the lights, you get a real close look at it. It's the colour that really draws me to this figure. I don't think we see many figures in this colour. It's a very subtle off-white or cream colour, and there's a huge amount of paint detailing that you can't really see from box art. So when you get it up close, it really is a well-detailed, well-sculpted figure. And I never realised how much I like Linda's armour variant. So well done, Linda. Number 3. And now finally down to the hardest decision of all. This was so difficult to choose between these two. How do I choose between Michael, Mickey, Crespo and Ratus Vadam. Both figures brand new to me. I've never had either of these figures before. Of course, Ratus Vadam, first time anyone's ever had him. And for many, it will be the first time they get Mickey in this set too. So it really was a very difficult decision. But ultimately, in number 2, we've got Mickey, which truly is an absolutely incredible figure. You can just see how much detailing. He comes with the rocket launcher. There is absolutely nothing to not like about this figure. Well, not for me anyway, and I'm sure for the average Joe, everybody's going to like this figure. The paint details are fantastic. No matter how you pose him, he just looks absolutely awesome. So no shame in coming second this time round. Mickey, you've done a fine job. Number 2. And so that leaves us Ratus Vadam, number 1. Hopefully I'm not butchering these names too much. Absolutely fantastic. First time Mega have produced this figure, and whilst to some it's just another elite figure, if you're like me, old and old school, you would have loved playing Halo 1 and 2, and when Blur released the Halo 2 cutscenes for the anniversary edition, seeing this guy in those Blur cutscenes just incredible. So to finally have him as a micro action figure for the collection just means more to me than Mickey, unfortunately. So that's why he takes the number 1 spot. That's my ranking, so feel free to let me know your ranking. I know you're all going to be screaming how wrong I am, so let me know how wrong I am in the comment section below and we'll see who's right.